All right, well, welcome everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Thanks so much for checking this out. We're just going to have a little bit of a Law, Societies, and Justice information session. And wish we were having this in person, but this is as best as we can do right now. And just as an introduction for me, my name is Josh McIntosh. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm one of the academic advisors here in LSJ. See. All right, so today we're just going to break down a couple of things. What is law, societies, and justice? Breaking down the major, including some of the focuses, major curricular aspects. We'll discuss what makes LSJ unique in terms of experiential learning opportunities, programming, dynamic coursework. We'll explore some of the major requirements and the admissions processes. Discuss, the big question on everyone's mind. Will I get a job? Is this worth it? We'll discuss some of the potential outcomes or career opportunities for students who major in LSJ. And then finally, just provide some links and resources for ways to stay connected. All right. So again, I wish we were in person so I could pose this question to y'all. But what is law, societies, and justice? So as a departmental major, we're an interdisciplinary major within the College of Arts and Sciences. Students who graduate with an LSJ major graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree. We have around 200 undergraduate students at any given time, 12 faculty members, as well as 2 advisors. You may have met or heard from Kat Eli. She's the other academic advisor here in LSJ. I do want to note that this is not a pre-law major. As I said before, it's an interdisciplinary major that encompasses philosophy, political science, geography, many aspects of a liberal arts education. And so you are not just learning about and exploring law and legal institutions in our program. We do have courses on punishment. They're offered, but we do take an interdisciplinary approach that integrates, history, sociology, geography, like I had said, and it's not a criminal justice major. Our minor, we do have around 140 students, and as a whole, the LSJ curriculum seeks to explore the complex role that law and legal institutions play in structuring social life. So exploring some of the curriculum and major themes, I want to note that this is contemporary phenomenon. And so you'll see that in probably many of your courses. And LSJ courses analyze the meaning of justice, the methods used in efforts to realize it, and the politics of rights, and like I had said, the roles that law and legal institutions play in structuring social life. The majority of this coursework will touch on, if not focus on, contemporary justice issues in law and society. You'll have chances to explore how law on the books may align or contradict with what we're seeing in practice or action. There is a particular emphasis on the 2 main tracks of legal institutions and rights, but there is a tiny component of criminal justice that, like I said before, it's more of analyzed through the lens of an interdisciplinary approach. So, criminal justice courses will focus on the role of legal institutions, criminal legal institutions, in responding to concerns about crime and disorder. And courts will explore the diversity of criminal institutions across different nations, as well as within our own nation as well. And human rights and the significance of human rights in shaping contemporary legal discourse and institutions. So, like I said, all of these are sort of influential themes, but the 2 main tracks within law, societies, and justice are comparative legal institutions and rights. So what makes LSJ unique? There are really lots of cool things about LSJ that really sets it apart from peer majors at the UW and other institutions. Our small class sizes in LSJ 200, you may have larger courses, maybe around 150, 160 students. But by the time you're taking 400 level courses, classes are going to be around 25 students maximum. Many courses in particular, seminars are much smaller. And so you get to really engage with faculty, students in the coursework in a bit more of an intimate setting. As I've said many times, our coursework is interdisciplinary in that it draws on sociology, political science, lots of different backgrounds and fields to sort of create a more comparative approach to the way that we learn. Our faculty are incredibly innovative in the way that they teach and the way that they're prioritizing teaching. They're incredibly engaged in our students' success and want to make sure that our students are learning and they're getting the most out of their education. You don't find many opportunities either at the university or outside of the university to get to interact with leaders in the field like this. And really, just in speaking about their candor, they're incredibly welcoming and warming, and really just a fantastic group of faculty. We also provide lots of research and study abroad opportunities for students. I will go into a bit more of the study abroad in the next slide, but are just excited to launch a new study abroad in Leon, as well as we have lots of research opportunities both within our honors program, our departmental honors program, or you can pursue departmental research in just LSJ 499 independent research. We do have lots of opportunities there. The really cool part about our program is that we do have a required built-in internship that does require students to sort of engage in these concepts that we're talking about theoretically in class, with that real world practice. And then we also have a really fantastic alumni network that stays very connected and does like to support our students and make sure that they have all the resources that they do need, either navigating the UW while they're still here in LSJ or once they've left the university and are trying to figure out those next steps as well. All right, so the study abroad programs. I'm excited to bring attention to this because we are bringing students to Leon in winter of 2022. This is a new program, LSJ in Leon. We're super excited to be launching it. We do have programs in Amsterdam, South Africa, Jamaica, and Rome as well. If you're interested, please feel free to reach out directly to Study Abroad or contact LSJ Advising, and we'd be happy to connect you more with these opportunities. All right, so honors is, like I was mentioning, a really great opportunity to sort of do extended research or sort of examine a particular issue or question that you're engaged in or want to investigate. So interdisciplinary honors within the UW is the whole university's main honors curriculum. And so what that is you're accepted essentially from the time that you enter the university, and you're in more of a cohort style program in which you complete your general education requirements through sort of small seminar style courses that combine humanities as well as more of those natural hard sciences. You do complete an experiential learning component as well as complete an honors portfolio. Departmental honors, on the other hand, is within the LSJ department specifically, and it's more of a thesis and research-based program. And so it's a 2-quarter course sequence with individualized research with an LSJ faculty. It's research with a faculty member, but it is very much student-driven. It's student-driven in terms of the question, the investigation, and in terms of finding the sources. Your LSJ faculty member is there to advise and support and provide a great bouncing off point for you, but is not, the one driving this investigation. You do have to have a minimum of a 3.5 cumulative GPA and a 3.75 GPA in your LSJ courses to be considered for departmental honors. And just a note, college honors is considered the highest honors at the University of Washington, and it just means you've completed both interdisciplinary honors as well as departmental honors within a college. We have some really cool departmental and community engagement. I know it looks a little bit sparse right now. Hopefully we'll be able to build this more out as we reemerge from COVID. Our annual day of service in February is a really fantastic example to bring really tons of members of the LSJ community, past and present, together. We have put this on hold, but we are expecting to bring this back and make it operational in 2022. And it's great because, like I said, it brings together current LSJ students, alumni, faculty, and staff all together in community to sort of work towards a service project, which is always a fantastic and fulfilling experience. We also have really great happy hours and other different programming events that are both put on within our department, as well as, more so by the students as well, as our alumni network is extensive. And so I will break down a little bit more of the opportunities to engage with alumni in later in the slide, or pardon me, later in the presentation. All right, so let's get into the meat of it, right? Let's go over some of the major requirements. So LSJ coursework is worth 55 credits overall, and that is composed of 20 core credits and 25 credits that come from subfield courses. You must complete 2 courses or 10 credits within an introduction sequence. And, when I say introduction sequence or human rights sequence or legal institution sequence or field, we, as you can see here, list all of the different fields and different courses that satisfy each of these different categories. So you take 2 introduction courses, as well as 1 human rights and 1 legal institutions course. And then you will complete the remainder of your degree in choosing 1 primary track, which will take 3 courses in, and then a secondary track, which will take 2 courses in. Like I mentioned, there is the internship that's built into that 55 credit requirement. And we do require all LSJ students to graduate with a 400 level seminar. You are required to work with your advisor to determine what LSJ courses will count as a seminar, but essentially any 400 level course that is not independent research should count as a seminar. So getting into a bit more of that LSJ internship requirement. So it's that 100 plus hours. We have been a bit more lenient of this during the pandemic, but we do hope to get more of get back to a traditional expectation for students completing this internship within 100 hours or within a minimum of 100 hours. Students are also required to engage in LSJ 401, which is a career development and sort of professional sort of goal setting, skill building seminar style course. The goal for the requirement is to provide students with insights into that workings of law in practice. And like I said, sort of scrutinize and test some of these theories or concepts that, have been learned about in class, and sort of applying them, determining where we identify alignment or friction between practice or theory, as well as, of course, specifically within that LSJ 401 course, the career development, resume building, all sorts of getting students ready to enter either the workforce or their next steps in graduate school, professional school, etc. So like I've kind of mentioned throughout this, just want to make a very explicit note. Pre-law is not a major. You will very rarely, if ever, see it as a major at another institution. Law school does not require prerequisite courses or a prerequisite major for admission. So this is me as an advisor, as a former UW student, just encouraging you to explore majors that interest you and take courses that interest you as well. You have a lot of time at the beginning to just dip your toes in as many different ponds as you can. If you are interested in sort of social sciences or LSJ, or are thinking about possibly going to law school, I encourage you to take courses that do involve reading and writing, research-based research methodology courses in social sciences, as that is particularly what you will be doing in a postgraduate setting, as well as if you do end up majoring in LSJ, there's quite a bit of reading, writing, and research involved. Outside of academics, try a legal or other type of internship. Explore what different fields in law or justice you enjoy or find your sort of niche in. And sort of all of this needs to come after you've assessed your values and understand what is important to you and what you are trying to get both out of your education as well as sort of, out of your life and what you want to contribute to society, your community, things like that. Will I get a job? This is always everyone's, major question, right? Yes, you absolutely will get a job. This is, something we all want to know is the cost of education increases. Will I be able to pay this off? Will I be able to prosper? Am I going to have opportunities when I get out of school? I wish this is in person because I have a really great alumni video to show you. Please, I encourage you to watch this. It breaks down just some of the different career paths the different LSJ majors or LSJ alumni have taken, working at Starbucks, in corporate management, or in marketing, or we have a former student who is at Microsoft in cybersecurity. Sasha, who was the advisor before me, was an LSJ graduate in 2018. You really have a ton of opportunities of what to do with your LSJ degree. It is much more contingent on your own passions and what your own path is in the long term. Sort of like I was mentioning earlier, we do have a lot of career and alumni programming. We do try to support our students in as many ways as possible, both while they're in the program as well as getting them ready to exit our program as well. We have an alumni mentorship program that pairs students apply, and then we pair them with alumni, typically in the Seattle area, and connect them to engage in navigating, current opportunities, current challenges or struggles within LSJ, or trying to figure out those next steps. What, should I go to law school? How do I navigate that? Taking the LSAT? Do I want to jump into a career? Do I want to, take some time? All of these sorts of questions are great questions to ask an alumni. And again, this is a fantastic program. We also have lots of quarterly career panels with different topics, as you can see: government, social sciences, social services, law and legal fields, business and tech, gap year. We are always expanding this. So if you do have different thoughts or different fields you would like us to explore, please reach out. I definitely want to plug our Learning from Failure course as well. It's a small seminar style course that's taught by alumni. And it really is meant to teach students about resiliency and understanding the sort of pick yourself back up mantra of failure. We all struggle with it. And so it's really helpful to hear from people who have gone through a lot of the same experiences that you have and how they were able to sort of navigate and make it through. Oops, excuse me. Ways to stay informed. So please follow us Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All are great ways to stay involved with us on social media. Our website is always up to date. And then come see us. I know that, things are still a little bit, as we inch back into normalcy, we're starting to open back up. But we really encourage you to make an appointment with us, come to drop-in advising this fall when we are back in person. Advisors here, not just within LSJ, but all across campus, are here to help you and want to make sure that you can succeed. So we will do whatever it takes to support you in your journey. Again, I wish we were in person so I could allow you all to ask questions, but if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or to anyone in LSJ advising. We'd be happy to connect. Great.